Yo, what's cracking, fools? Welcome to episode 4 of the Don't Blame the System podcast, and this episode is brought to you by thedoveguy.com. So if you fools need any doves in the Los Angeles area, some parts of Orange County, we also serve, if you guys need some doves for a funeral, a wedding, a quinceañera, the dove release is very majestic, okay? It's very beautiful. It's an addition. It's a luxury, okay? It don't hit me up talking about, hey, bro, can I get a discount? Look, fool, this is kind of a luxury. If you can afford it, I'm glad. And I'm happy for you. If you can, it's okay. Go hire my uncle. My uncle will charges less, no cap. But if you need some doves, go to thedoveguy.com. Or if you need me to film your funeral, I do that too. So check it out, guys. This is take 2 because I filmed for 5 minutes earlier and it was fucking boring. It was literally boring as fuck. I was falling asleep, and I don't want this podcast to be boring. So I asked people. Like, hey, what do you fools want me to talk about? And then no one responds, and I'm like, I'll fucking figure that shit out by myself. So last time that I asked questions, so this is kind of like a part 2 of episode 3, because episode 3 was the first episode that I was by myself. I feel very lonely. Not just kidding. But this is like a little. I didn't finish all my stories because I get sidetracked a lot. All right, that's the problem. I have a very very short attention span, and I get sidetracked a lot. I need to have like a schedule, like for 1 minute we're gonna talk about this, the next minute we're gonna talk about this, and then I feel like I wouldn't follow that shit because I'm be like, yo, fuck this schedule. But right, we got question number 1. Last time this was asked me on Instagram. Okay, I'm sure you follow me on Instagram _the and the podcast Instagram is at DBT System. By the way, guys, this podcast drops every single Friday at 8 a.m. on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and Google Podcast and YouTube too. So if you want to go ahead and listen to it or watch it on any of those platforms, if you're on another one and you want to watch it on the other one, doesn't even matter. It's on all of them, fools. So make sure you just go ahead, check them out. Subscribe on the YouTube channel, guys. Make sure you subscribe. And what's up, guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel. Make sure you guys subscribe and hit the notification bell. Yeah. Except, all right, fools. So look, question number 1 was, you bang essay? Don't ignore me, fool. No, fool, I don't bang. I wear a fucking tie and a fucking white shirt most of the time at the cemetery, fool. That's not productive question, right, guys? We wanted some productive questions, right? Someone asked me, recently lost my mom. Love to hear your story, how you continue to cope. That's not a question, but it's a request. So today is Friday, July 15th. On Friday, July 20th, my mom I don't know. I guess it's not her birthday, fool, but it's been like a year since she passed away. So she passed away July 20th, 2021. So it's been a year later. That's crazy as fuck. Honestly, I feel very disappointed in myself for what I've done the past year. But, I mean, you can't really change what happened in the past year, Like, coping, I don't know how the fuck you cope. Like, you kind of just, honestly, you kind of just have to continue with life. Coping kind of is just like, you just have to keep yourself busy, really. Like, you have to keep yourself busy. The other day, I'm gonna tell you guys a story, and I'm gonna upload the video. Probably I never uploaded it, but the other day, this was probably like a week or 2 ago, I was running, right. I don't think I told this story last time, but I was running, and there was this guy running up the hill, right. I went for a run in the morning, and then there was this guy running up a hill. Okay, I went for a jog because I don't know how to run. I get tired fast. My lungs suck. I went for a jog/walk. Okay, don't judge me. But there's this old guy, right, with the what's that shit called? The shit so people could walk. Not the walker, but like a baston or a cane. That fool had a cane, and then that fool was like running up the hill. Well, he was walking at first, and then it looked like he kind of wanted to push himself, so he lifted up the cane and he stopped using the cane, and he was like walking. And then I passed him running, and then I looked back, and then this fool started running, but like he was running slow, but like up the hill crazy. Fool looked old as fuck, and I was like, yo. I was like, respect. I didn't know what to do, right? I was kind of like, fuck. I feel like asking that guy something, I feel like recording that guy, like motivation, like, dude, like this was really out here doing it, so I did, and I went back and I told the guy, I was like, hey, I spoke to him in Spanish. I was like, oh, you speak Spanish? I was like, yeah. And then I spoke to him in Spanish, and then I asked that fool, about I was like, yo, I was like, how do you do it? I was like, honestly, like, I came back. I literally was like, I had left, and then I literally fucking ran back so I could go over to where that fool was at, and then I came back. I was like, cause honestly, I was like, that shit was inspirational as fuck. Like seeing you, like, I was like, I didn't call him old, but I was like, you're at your age, to be doing that, it's pretty cool. And then with the cane, and I thought, oh, thank you. And I told him, how does like someone do that? And like, how does someone reach a certain age and still be able to do that, or whatever the case may be? And that fool said that a lot of times we actually don't kill ourselves with work. He said people sometimes say, oh, you work too much, you work too much. He said it's not even okay. What one of the first topics that we talked about was he was telling me that we have to be careful with what we eat, right, with what we consume. And he was like, sometimes at work, I remember we used to drink a beer. He was like, that's okay. He's like, you could drink a beer, that's not a problem. Like, one beer isn't gonna do anything to you. But he's like, but we would do it on an empty stomach. And then he was like, that fucks you up. He's like, you gotta make sure you eat right. You eat it and when you're supposed to, and you eat healthier things. You don't eat greasy foods or fatty food, whatever the fuck that shit's called. And then that fool was telling me all that. And then I told him, bro, I was like, straight up, I was like, how does someone, I was like, I literally started asking him for advice about girls and everything too. That fool didn't give me good advice on girls. I'm gonna keep it a buck. He didn't tell me what I wanted to hear, but it is what it is. So I asked the fool, I was like, hey, how does someone deal? I told him, look, straight up, you're older, whatever, you're older than me. Obviously, that fool told me he was like 70 something, I think. And then he had just been through surgery. He literally showed me his stomach. That fool had like a fucking mean old fucking scar and shit. And that fool was out there running. The fool told me, look, I told him, how does someone who's in their head, or like who's always thinking, or someone who's stressed out, like how does someone like, how I told him, what advice do you have for someone like that, And that fool told me, he was like, honestly, he said, you have to keep yourself busy. He said, you have to distract yourself. He's like, you can't just be locked in a room, by yourself. Like, go out, walk, go in nature, talk to people. And like, I was like, yeah, I was like I told him, like, we're doing right now. That's literally why I talked to him, because I was like, fool, give me some advice, fool. How am I was like, maybe this fool's like old and he tells me, hey, I'm about to die. You want all my money? Nah, just kidding. But that would have been, I don't know, that would have been fucking pretty sick. But that fool gave me some cool advice. That fool told me, he was like, he says sometimes our mindset is what fucks us up. So this is what don't blame the system. This was the gem that he was, and I have this all recorded. I didn't record him. I just recorded myself, but you could hear what he says. And I never uploaded because I just never. I was like, I don't know. I feel like I absorbed the knowledge, and then I was like, fuck you fools, I'm gonna keep this knowledge. Not just kidding, but I'm gonna go ahead and upload that shit. But basically what that fool was telling me was like, sometimes our mindset is what fucks us all up. Straight up, he'll be like, sometimes someone can tell you, hey, if you're sick, take this, and then you'll be like, no, that doesn't work. For like, dig, for like, you didn't even give it a try. You haven't even tried. Like, you're already being negative. Like, you're already starting off, like bad. He said you have to listen to the doctors, but you can't let like what the doctor says. Like, he said, talk to the doctor. Like, listen to what they say, do what they tell you, but don't like, I guess he was talking because like for like realistically for people his age, it was more of like health. Health tends to be an issue for people that are older and stuff like that. So he was like, like we talk, when the doctor tells you something, like if the doctor tells you you're sick or whatever, like don't just don't lock yourself up in a room and then just think about that, and then you're gonna get depressed. He said, if you like painting, paint. If you like doing art, do art. If you like to run, do exercises, like whatever it is, but you have to get out there and you have to distract yourself. And this is like basic, this is obviously basic knowledge that we like kind of all know, but the thing is sometimes we don't want to do it, which is kind of the fucking problem. Like, a lot of times we know the things that we have to do to feel okay, and we know the things that we have to do. We realistically, we all know the things that have to be done, right? Obviously there's a time where we're confused, and just like everyone, everyone can get confused, and you don't know what's next, you don't know what's about to happen, or you don't know what's the next move to take. But realistically, like, like, I forgot what the fuck I was saying, but that fool was what the fuck? That fool was straight giving me some sick ass motivation, and I told that fool, I was like, what advice? Oh, so when we were right there chopping it up, right, there was some girl who there was like a couple girls that actually ran by, and like, you know, they were pretty nice. So fucking I told them, I was like, look, you see, I was like, women, they're beautiful. I was like, but how does like, you know, well, like what tips do you give for a young guy, like, because fool, I told them, because honestly, I told them I was like, honestly, like, they're beautiful, but I feel like they're like distracting as fuck. And then the fool was like, look, the fool straight took it to a whole nother thing. He said, look, the best advice that I could give for a guy, the fool's like, the fool's like, don't don't force anything. The fool like, don't just, you know, don't take like, don't, like, if you see a girl and you want to talk to her, that fool like, that's okay, you know, talk to her, whatever the case may be, but don't start grabbing her or don't stop pulling her, especially without her permission. He's like, that's the last thing you ever want to do. And I was like, yeah, fool, like, I know that, fool. I wanted to hear this fool be like, you know what, fool, you're young, fuck hella bitches. Nah, just kidding. It was like, if you know, if you like her and she likes you, then you can take her, you know, wherever you want to go, to the beach, do whatever you want to do, as long as she's okay with it. And I was like, Simon, ese, gracias. So, moral of the story, dude, you need to talk to old people. I started talking to old people is amazing. When you talk to older people, it's just like, it's just better. For I don't like talking to people my age. It's crazy. I don't know. People are kind of weird, no? I feel like I feel like people are boring, including myself. So I've been noticing this more and more recently, is that whenever I go out, or if I find myself somewhere and there's people there, like, I hate like starting a conversation. Like, I just don't, unless they're older. That's crazy. Like, unless they're older, then I feel like, bro, we could talk about fucking any and everything, like, fucking, cause I feel like, I don't know, I don't know. It's pretty weird. I kind of don't talk to people. I don't ask people, like, I don't like to ask people questions unless I really know you. And I'll fuck with you, but just to get to know you, I don't really want to get to know you, cause what the fuck would I want to get to know you for? This shit don't make no sense to me. Sometimes you want to hear people's stories, but at the end of the day, why the fuck you want to hear anybody's story? So, with that being said, guys, this is the end for episode 1. Not just kidding. If you fools, alright, look, check this shit out, fools. Make sure you fools follow the podcast Instagram, because I'm always asking fools, what do you guys want me to talk about? What do you guys want me to talk about, people? You know, some people don't ask me. Some people do. Some people do ask me, like I said. So this one, that's you know how it is that I cope with you know, my mom passing away. We completely fucking strayed away from that. But so, oh no, actually, that was, I don't think I mentioned that. But someone asked me. Someone said recently lost my. Did I mention what the fuck? I don't know, but what the fuck? I didn't mention that, no. I swear, or did I not? Nah. Someone told me recently lost my mom. Love to hear your story. How you continue to cope. Oh yeah, we did talk about it. So that's how we started this conversation. So yeah, you have to literally keep yourself busy. So whether it would be work, you know, whether it would be exercise, um sitting down and thinking is fucking horrific, dude. That shit fucking could eat you out. That shit literally eat you alive. One, took your time away too. And then I feel like the best way to kind of cope with, like, or I guess I would say with the parent passing away, or a role model. I would say like a role model passing away, is to focus on your time and energy on doing the things that you know would make them happy. You know, like, realistically, you know what they wanted, or like what they didn't want, or like, you know, because you were so close to them, or you look up to them, or whatever the case may be. So they hopefully they taught you right from wrong. So it's like you kind of have to do those things so that you can look, coping, like realistically, like I, I've never felt, I've never, like, ever since my mom passed away, I've never felt bad for her. Like that shit just doesn't make sense. Like, I don't feel bad for my mom because she's dead. Like, what the fuck? Like, no, like, what? That shit does, like, it just, coping is more of um how you respond, like, you know, how you respond to the situation. And when I used to work at a funeral home, I guess we're gonna go ahead and talk about coping on in fucking death and shit. I don't know why the fuck we have to talk about this shit, but dying, it's fun, I guess. Not just kidding. Don't do it. But look, so when I used to work at when I used to work at a funeral home, the I was about to say my owner. What the fuck? My boss, that fool, he gave me a pamphlet that was like, it was like a, I don't know how to say it, like a little lecture. It was like a little presentation, but in paper stuff type thing, where it had bullet points about all types of things, how to talk to people, and there's different types of grieving, right? So people grieve differently. There's people who grieve angry. There's people who grieve peacefully. But at the end of the day, everyone is grieving, right? Everyone is grieving their loss, but everyone does it differently. So to cope, it's just you have to grieve, right? You have to, like, that's part of the process. Yes, fool, I cried a lot when, like, because my mom passed away, like, for nights, like, I cried, like, yeah, fool. But at the end of the day, it's not like I was I remember literally like getting ready for work sometimes and crying, as I'm getting ready for work. But my objective was always to not sit down and just cry. It was always to continue whatever it is that I had to do, whether it was go to work, literally fucking. I remember wiping tears off my eyes as the funeral people are arriving to the funeral, and like it's just cope, like everyone grieves differently, and coping is just I guess the methods that you use really to grieve, or to deal with the emotions of grieving. Like I said, for everyone it's different, so I can't really tell you, like, um I can't give you a solution to your problems, but you have to keep yourself distracted, and you have to keep going. You have to understand that whoever it was that passed away, if they cared about you, they would have wanted you to continue. Because realistically, when, like, I feel like most of us, like, when we think, if people think about dying, like, when we think about dying, like, it's like, yeah, everyone thinks about dying realistically at one point or another, but it's like, um I when you think about dying, you're like, oh, I don't want my people to trip, like, don't worry about me, I'm chilling, like. So I feel like that's kind of the mentality that you have to have, that the person that passed away kind of wanted that. So that's kind of what you have to strive for, and that's kind of what you have to go for. And you have to, bro. The thing is, coping with the loss, it could be with anything, like, how to cope with the loss. It can be like realistically, like, right now, like, I was just thinking about, like, maintaining yourself busy. For example, if you gamble and you lose money, the best way to cope with that loss is by maintaining yourself busy with work, so you can go ahead and build that money back up. And if like, fuck, like, if you're in a relationship, and now you're fucking, the relationship is over, you're hurt, you're insecure, whatever the fuck, and you have to cope with that pain. You have to keep yourself busy by rebuilding your confidence and rebuilding, yourself. And then, but you have to keep yourself, you have to do things, and you have to pick yourself up. You have to remind yourself, bro. Honestly, the like the best way, like, to cope or to deal with, like, like, feelings like that. And I'm not fucking therapist. I don't even, this is why it took me forever to start this podcast, because I was like, bro, honestly, no, like, who the fuck gave me a fucking license to speak? Like, nobody. But if you're listening, thank you for listening. One, two, you're weird, but welcome to the family, I guess. It's doubling the system. So, I feel like every time I'm about to go into something good, I end up distracting myself. What the fuck was I talking about? All right, fools. So if you fools want to go ahead and cope, then do it. Not just kidding. No, don't do coke, guys. Don't do drugs. I'm talking about cope. So, do you know how do you know how do you cope with the loss of a loved one? And I've seen a lot of it. It's hard. It's hard to not look for distractions that are bad for you. Cause not every distractions really aren't good. Like, yeah, you have to keep your mind off of things, but at the end, but the best way, the 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 best sleep you're gonna get at night is from being tired for being productive throughout the day. And what exactly do I like? I mean, I feel like it's kind of self-explanatory what I mean by that, but like, there's no like the satisfaction that you get like when you know you're tired as fuck at the end of the day, and you sit back and you think about everything that you did throughout the day, and you're like, fuck, I got a shitload of shit done. That's why I'm so tired. You're like, fuck, I gotta go to sleep. Good. But when you fucking didn't do anything all day, sometimes you over there fucking. That's when you start overthinking or whatever the case may be. So you have to appreciate and not appreciate. Well, yeah, you have to appreciate, but that's not the word I was going for. You have to kind of I guess value or take advantage of the time that you have. And when times look, whenever you're stuck in something where you're like, fuck, man, I'm fucked. Like, how the fuck am I gonna get out of this? Or fuck, bro, like this is the end. Like this is like I thought this was my chance to do this. When something doesn't work out, you'd be like, fuck, I thought this was my chance. I thought this was it. Whether it would be a job opportunity, like, fuck, I thought I was about to get that job I wanted, or relationship, or fuck, I thought this person was the one. Fuck no, that doesn't exist. Don't believe in that. Fuck that shit. But anyway, that's besides the point. um, like the best way, or when you're stuck, like the best way that I can put it is like, think about all the times you felt that. I'm sure it's been a lot. All the times you felt like you were like, fuck, this is it. Like, and vice versa. Like, sometimes you feel like, fuck, dude, like this is the most pain I've ever been through. And then think about this real quick. Think about how many times you told yourself that there was nothing more painful than this. And then when life went on, you're like, I can't take anything more painful than this. Boss, homie, straight fucking jet, fucking sock you in the right face, fucking right side of your face. You're like, fuck, that shit hurt a lot. Fool. I can't take any more pain than this. Bah, fucking uppercut with the fucking left hand. Toma. You're like, dude, I'm about to knock out, bro. You're gonna knock me out. I don't want this. Boom, straight fucking frentazo. Next thing you know, kicking you in the balls. You fall to the floor. Life is kicking you, and when you thought you couldn't take any more pain, you're taking more and more and more. And then you get back up, and you're like, man, I thought I wasn't gonna get back up. But in order to get back up, you can't give up. You like, in order to get back up, you can't give up. Like that's the, and you have to pick yourself up. You have to pick yourself up. Most of the time, the fool that knocks you down is not gonna pick you up. Realistically, you have to pick yourself up. Like, that's just what it is. And sometimes this world gets lonely. That's just sad as fuck, man. I'm so observant, and I don't know. I feel like this is a reason why sometimes it's kind of hard for me to be happy. I'm so observant of what goes on around me, and then I kind of see all these negative things, and then I think, fuck, that's gonna be my life. The negative things, like the positive things, I'll be like, nah, that's not for me. Like, leave that for the other people. That's cool, but I tend to associate myself with the negative things. Like, man, the other day I was at a funeral, bro. That's just crazy. Sometimes there's tension at the funeral. Family tension is sad, man. It's so like, like people like this guy had like kids scattered from like different women and stuff. Um, and like, it's just crazy, like it's just real crazy, you fucking. I feel like these podcasts where I'm right here with myself is kind of just me fucking rambling for no fucking. Is that how it sounds? Rambling. I don't know, rambling. But the point of this, fool, is this podcast is supposed to air Friday. I think I said this already, right? This is supposed to motivate fools. So it's meant to come out Fridays every Friday at 8 in the morning, guys. So make sure you fools go ahead and tap in every single Friday at 8 in the morning, guys. It's on Apple Podcasts. It's on Spotify. So hopefully, if you're on your way to work, or you're getting ready for work, or you're working and you're listening to this, man, Look, if you're listening to this right now, all I can say is just keep it pushing, bro. You got this. You know, whether you're a fool or a foolia, I give two flying fucks. Like, honestly, I don't care, but you got this. Like, realistically, you can go. You can do. You can do. I promise you, on anything I know, you can do whatever you want. Like, straight up. Don't go killing people, fool. That's not nice, fool. You know, why the fuck you gotta do that shit? Leave that shit to fucking to diseases and shit like that. You know, don't be hurting other people and shit like that. But realistically, you can achieve, you know, whatever it is that you want, and it's never too late. The thing is, it's never too late to change your life. You know, I like to see old people doing like young people stuff. You know, like you know, trying to relive their life because whatever it is, they lost it for whatever reason. Whether it be some people lose it to get locked up, you know, fucking most of their life. Some people work most of their life and they're locked up in that fucking system of working all the time and they never really enjoy their life. And so it's never too late to change your life, you know, to actually go for what you for what you want. I feel like Commitment Soldier was actually, I was talking to Commitment Soldier before I started recording this podcast. I was on live on Instagram, and then Commitment was talking about how it's very important that you have to center yourself, you know. He was talking about like a lot of people don't really do that. A lot of people don't really think about that, about centering yourself. Shout out to Commitment Soldier. If you guys don't follow Commitment Soldier on Instagram, make sure you guys follow him. You know, he got the motivational. He's first full unlocked. He's a fucking motivational, trying to inspire fools to get off of drugs and shit. You know, don't do drugs. You know, drugs are bad for you and stuff. And it's about, you know, staying positive. And he said about you gotta center yourself. You know, you gotta sometimes because this world is hectic, bro. I think about it. How I was just watching this movie too. I never watch movies. People always ask me, like, you know, every time I go out with someone or somewhere, and then I have like a conversation, and it's always like, oh, like, what about Netflix or what about movies, TV? And then I'm like, nah, fool, I don't fucking watch anything. What the fuck? Like, I don't want to fucking that shit that crazy. But I was watching this movie that I saw someone recommended, you know, so I was like, I'm check it out, you know, and it was pretty cool. It was actually, I didn't finish it, but it's life, you know. So many kids, bro, have like their parents just working all the time, bro, and it's such a fucking fast life, especially right here for those. For hey, trip out, fool. The other day I saw, fool, that there was people listening in the United Kingdom and in France. Oh, if you're from fucking France, I love you. Trip out. I straight fucking bonjour, motherfucking. I love you, fool. Hey, but if you're from the United Kingdom, hello, mate. I love you too. But I think there was another place, but I don't I think, oh no, I think it was like Mexico or something. Yeah, it was Mexico. It's a little bit of los paisanos. I'm not even from Mexico. My paisanos are from East LA. Hey, so right here for in LA, for the life is so fast, bro. And I feel like a lot of places nowadays, bro, life is so fast. Like people are just working nonstop, you know, just trying to become better, and that's Commitment was telling me, like, you know, sometimes, you know, you just gotta self-center. You gotta identify that it's time for a break. You know, you gotta identify that you're losing yourself in whatever it is that you're doing. I feel like we have to remind ourselves. You know what's crazy? That I feel like we don't remind ourselves. Well, I don't remind myself right now that thinking about it. That I'm just a tiny speck in the big ass universe. Tiny as fuck. I'm irrelevant. Straight the fuck up. If you feel, me personally, I don't understand people who think they're like the shit, you know, quote unquote, not the shit. Like, it's good to think that you're the shit. You know, you're supposed to like have that confidence and be like, hey, fool, that's me, fool. I'm that person. You know, like, yep, like, but there's a difference between, you know, having that, what's it called? Like that confidence, and there's so many people that want to, like, they really think they're everything, you know. There's a yes, being confident, thinking you're the shit because you're confident, and thinking you're the shit because you think you're the best thing in the world, or you think you're better than everybody else, or you think that you're the only thing in the world. Sometimes, like, you think like you're like like social media is crazy. Like, I'm like all these fucking people are like, oh, you know, main character vibes or whatever the fuck. Bitch, where? What video game are we playing right here? To explain to me, what movie is this shit? I don't fucking get it. Like, you're literally just a piece of shit in a big ass fucking universe. Like, tiny as fuck. You know, fucking shut the fuck up. Humble yourself, please. Because you're nobody, okay? Please, literally, none of us are, like, nothing, you know? But we have something so precious, which is life. Oh, that's crazy. Crazy. It doesn't make no sense. That made no sense to me. I don't comprehend it. Like, fool. Man, have 2 fucking legs and 2 arms so I can do whatever the fuck I want. Oh, that's dope. Hey, bro, if you're watching this right now and you don't have 2 arms and 2 legs, first of all, I would just like to say you're a fucking trooper. Alright? I appreciate you. And I love you. Thank you for what you're doing for our community. I'm sorry. I did not mean to say that. Nah, but for real though, if you have any disability and you're out here kicking fucking ass, dude, like, you're like, bro, fuck what people think, bro. Honestly, like, you're fucking sick with it, fool. You're fucking, you literally prove to be stronger than, hey, fool. Fools that don't be having legs have some strong ass arms, no motherfucking cab. I'm not trying to get canceled right now, but fool, it's the truth. So I was just talking about this shit with someone. What the fuck was I talking about it with? Who the fuck was I talking to today? Oh, no. I was at a podcast the other day, too. I was at the American Illegals podcast, so make sure you first check out that podcast, too. And then I was talking to the guy, right? We know podcast. I was talking about the birds and everything. I'm talking about the doves, you know, blowing fucking. Every time I talk about the doves, it's always fun because people are always like amazing, you know. It's always amazing. The doves are magnificent, by the way, guys. This episode is brought to you by thedoveguy.com. So if you need doves, make sure you tap in with thedoveguy.com. Submit a request on the website. It's easy to fill out a form. All the prices are in there. Questions are fucking. There's a phone number there. There's an email there. You can go ahead and text questions. Make sure you guys go to thedoveguy.com, and if you want to go ahead and tap in for a dove release, I show up personally, me, the Dove Guy. And yeah, so with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get back to what the fuck I was talking about. So I was talking to the guy how we what was I talking to him about? Valiendo verga. Se me olvidó. Alright, guys. What? Oh, I'm gonna answer something real quick. People ask me about my hair. Why is my hair long? What the fuck happened to my buzz cut? I used to cut my hair with the one or with the with the one. First, I started off with the I think it was the 3, cause I didn't want to look like a troll. I was scared I was gonna get shot straight up. We'll keep it a bug, but I kind of kept going shorter and shorter till I got to the 1, because then once I got to the 1, I felt like it looked like crispier, you know, like my head was shiny, fucking all pitchy, and then. So the reason why I did that was actually because of the pandemic, fool. I didn't want to. My mom had cancer. I did not want to go to the barbershop. I was not about to fucking get COVID and then fucking give it to my mom and then she was gonna die over a haircut. I was like, bro, I would cut that shit in my fucking house. So I literally started cutting in my house with the fucking. I literally went out to buy a fucking machine, put the clipper, the 3, and then just except then try to do a lineup. The thing is, I shake a lot at the beginning. It wasn't that good, but honestly, I kind of got good with it. Over time, I kind of got good with it. But what happened was, my mom had cancer and she had chemo. So while she was in chemo, she lost all her hair. So when she lost all her hair, she was all sad, you know, 'cause obviously she was bald. She didn't want to be bald and shit. So she fucking lost all her hair and shit. She was bald. And then she told me, no, she didn't tell me. She never told me. But my sister would tell her, oh, when her hair grew back, right? After, you know, she got a little bit better and then her hair grew back. And my sister would tell her, oh, you know, paint your hair or cut it or dye it, you know, whatever, you know. She was like, nah, I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to leave it like that because I promised God that if he let my hair grow back, I was going to, you know, I wasn't going to do anything to it. I was going to leave it how it is, even if it had canas. It doesn't matter. Like, that's the promise that I made. And then that kind of just, it didn't really I wasn't like, oh, damn, that's amazing. Or I'm going to do that. It was just like, oh, you know, I guess cool, whatever. And what happened was my mom passed away, right? And then I was sad, you know, whatever, fucking, of course, whatever the fuck the case may be. And then, I still am sad, but then I was watching a video of a Chief Keef therapy session strip out. So this fool was like in therapy, right? And this fool was talking about, like, whatever the fuck. And then the doctor or the therapist told him, like, sometimes, like, it's hard to see your own. I don't know what he told him, but I feel like also along the lines of, like, it's kind of hard to see your own growth, but you kind of have to, like, remind yourself that you're growing, or what. I don't know what the fuck what he told him. Like, it's good, like, to see growth, like, by planting a tree, right? So you can see the tree grow, so you can grow, like, with the tree. And then that, to me, that stuck, and I was like, oh, that's dope. I'm not gonna plant a tree for what the fuck do I want a tree for? But I was like, what if I let my hair grow? Like, my mom didn't want to cut it, so, like, so what if I stop cutting it, and then I'll let it grow, just to see how it looks, because I had let it grow long, but never long to the point where I would comb it. It was just long where I would just wake up and just get on, like, be on my day. I never liked combing my hair, which is why I never grew it out. I never got comb overs, things like that. It was always just a regular haircut. I used to get an Edgar cut before the Edgar cuts, or whatever the fuck the case may be. But just like that, because I didn't want to comb my hair. I just wanted to get up and fucking and go. And so when I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna let it grow. We're gonna see, how long it goes. The point, the kind of the objective was to kind of get like a man bun. And then as people started telling me, like, hey, fool, cut your hair, like, that shit, blah blah blah, like, that shit kind of started feeding it. Like, I kind of wanted it more. Like, I kind of wanted it to grow more and more and more. And I felt like it was kind of getting, like, uglier and uglier. But I was like, nah, this is good. Like I was like, I wasn't liking it. I was like, nah, bro, it should kind of look swag. And I was like, nah, this is good. Like, this is about patience. It's about being relaxed. It's about, like, relax. Let it grow. And then I feel like right now I fucks with it heavy. Like, I like my hair. It's pretty cool. Am I gonna do like I fucks with it heavy, but it's not like, it's probably gonna go soon. I'm gonna keep it a buck, cause honestly, it's starting to get pretty long, and I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know what the fuck to do with it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I want to cut it. If I want to cut it in any specific way, most likely I'm gonna go back to just a straight buzz cut. But the thing is, I kind of told myself I'm gonna let it go for a year. So, like, in 5 days, my mom is gonna be a year since she passed away. So I don't know if it's gonna go or not. So I guess you fools have to stay tuned. By the way, this episode, it is on YouTube. It will be on YouTube. However, there is unfortunately no video. Okay, guys, there's unfortunately no video because I'm gonna go ahead and record a funeral tomorrow. So I didn't, I wasn't able to. The camera's charging and all that shit. So we're not gonna be able to record. But next time there'll go ahead and be a video and auto available on Apple Podcast. And yeah, guys, look, if you guys are listening to this on Friday, this episode is gonna be very short. Whenever you're listening to this, guys, like, this podcast is just kind of meant to kind of inspire people. Hopefully you're listening to this when maybe you don't have anything. Hopefully you don't have, like, if you don't have anything to do, and you're still listening to this, I invite you to get up, do some exercise, read a book. Honestly, it sounds so cliche. It sounds so like, bro, you're a fucking loser, fool. Like, why are you saying that shit? Like, that shit's wank as fuck. But, bro, that shit'll change your life. It's crazy. You can literally read one book that can change your fucking perspective of everything, man. If you don't know what books you want to read, look, if you like money, you should. If you like money, I think you should read The Richest Man in Babylon. I like that book. That book was kind of like a story. To me, that book was kind of like a Bible about money. So some of the lessons in that book was like, like, I remember one of the clear lessons that I got was, don't ask, like, a plumber for, like, electrical advice, or electricity and whatever the fuck. Or don't ask a taxi driver how to make a pizza. You ask the pizza guy how to make the pizza, and you ask the taxi driver how to drive a taxi. Like, like, one, and he's talking about this advice in terms of money. So when you're gonna invest your money, right? Like, don't invest. Yeah, it's kind of that. Don't invest your money in the with the wrong people, because like if that's not their expertise, or don't ask for help from the wrong people, because then they're gonna give you bad advice, right? That was one of them. Two of them was, save your money. It's very important. Stack up your money. A lot of people, they're like, bro, honestly, fuck this shit. Because look, here's the thing. I'm gonna explain to you something. When you hate your job, you look forward to the check, bro. You look forward to get that money, because there's no other reason why you would be there. There's no other reason other than the simple fact in the money, right? So what happens is, once you get this money, you're like, bro, this is literally what I suffered all week for. I literally had to drag myself out of bed. I didn't want to go to work. I was at work. I wanted to go home since the moment I got there, but I had to stay there for 8 hours. I literally had to suffer for this money. So now I'm gonna fucking use this bitch. I'm gonna get whatever it is that I want. And the first thing I see, I'm gonna get it. So now people start getting that, I'm gonna start wasting my money on whatever it is. Motherfucker, wait a minute. Pause. Wait. Relax. Are you listening to yourself right now? You're gonna tell me that you hate your job, you hate going to work, but you go to work for money, and when you get the money, you spend it. So now you have to go back to work. It makes no sense whatsoever. It fucking blows my mind. Like, what the fuck? Because realistically, we gotta keep it a buck. If you feel like the weekends are to go out, it's because you feel like during the week you're trapped. Like realistically, like I feel like you don't like. Yeah, going out is fun. Going out, distracting yourself. Kicking it with your friends. Fucking you take a little bit of drinks. You start throwing some ass. If you're a female, hopefully, I mean, if you're a guy, don't be throwing ass. I mean, that's up to you. Do whatever the fuck you want. But shit, if you're a guy, all of a sudden you start getting drunk. Now you start buying girls drinks. There goes your money. All of this stuff, and people think, oh man, I'm young. I saw the best quote today for that. Literally, discipline is sacrificing the life you want today for the life you want tomorrow. And it's up to you what you want. It's up to you. You want to go out and have fun now, and then wake up tomorrow in the morning and go to work again? Or do you want to work, and then once you get out of work, whatever it is that you work in, educate yourself on what to do with the money that you're making? Because what you do is, once you get this money that you're making and you make that money work, then you don't have to work as much, or it gets to the point where you don't have to work. Now you go out and you can spend the money, but you're making it back. So the next day in the morning, you don't have to go to work if you don't want to, right? So it's really like, people, I mean, there's people who don't dream big. There's people who don't really have ambitions, and they just want to live day by day. And that's who the fuck am I to tell you fucking change your life? Realistically, a big reason why I also like, I guess, retract or stop myself from making positive videos or stuff like that, is I never want to tell people, hey, live your life like this, But it's just a recommendation, bro. Like, cause sometimes you just need to hear it from someone else's mouth. Or sometimes you don't know what you're looking for. Sometimes you don't know. Sometimes you don't know why you feel lost. And if you don't know why you feel lost, or you don't feel like things are going your way, bro, work your ass off like there's no tomorrow. And tomorrow, you're not going to have to work, because you already worked like there was no tomorrow. You got all the work done today. Think about it. I don't know. I just want to say, you fools got this shit, all right? You fools can do whatever the fuck it is that you fools want to go ahead and do in life. All right, make sure you fools go ahead and stay focused. You got to make sure you stay focused. Fuck the bullshit. Straight up, man. Fuck the bullshit. Fuck the distractions. Fuck. Sometimes, bro. Sometimes people come into your life to teach you lessons and shit, But at the end of the day, you have to learn from those lessons, You can't be making the same mistakes all the time. So then it's like, what the fuck, dude? You're never gonna learn? Okay, pedo, fool. So make sure you get your shit together. All right, I'm gonna try to get my shit together. Nah, I am trying to get my shit together. Hey, a lot of the times when I give people advice, straight up, well, not when I never really give people advice on a one-on-one basis, because it's like, bro, who the fuck, like I said, who the fuck am I? I didn't study for this shit, bro. I don't know shit about fucking, I don't know shit about psychology, or I don't know shit about fucking anything. I just know my fucking brain is fucked up. But hear me out. My brain is fucked up, but I know what's fucked. I kind of know what's wrong, right? So with that being said, I kind of know the things I have to do. But discipline, right? Discipline comes from self-respect. Self-respect comes from self-love, right? So what you have to do is you have to respect yourself, so you can have that discipline, so you can go ahead and do the things that you know, the things that it is that you have to do, whatever the case may be. I don't know. I feel like this shit is getting fucking long as fuck already, bro. Honestly, I'm fucking sweating. It's hot as fuck. It's literally 1 a.m. right now. It's time to go meet me weebies, guys. Alright, guys. So hopefully, hey, make sure you stay motivated, guys. Remember, don't blame the system. Just learn how to play the game. If there's an obstacle, if there's an obstacle in front of you, and all you do is focus on the obstacle, the background is gonna blur. You're never gonna see a path, right? When you have tunnel vision and you only focus on the obstacle, you don't see the paths around it. But when you step back and you actually think about, or you take a moment to pause, or you focus. Don't focus on the obstacle. Focus on how you're gonna get around it. Focus on how you're gonna get through it. Focus on how you're gonna get over it. Focus on whatever it is that the case may be. Just focus how you're gonna go ahead and jump that obstacle. But don't spend too much time looking at the obstacle, guys. Whatever it is that you're facing in life, bro. I promise you, it's just temporary. All right, it's just for right now. If you're fucking happy as fuck, bro, that's gonna be temporary. Cause look, like I said, life is gonna come, right kick, left kick, fucking straight kick you in the balls. But when you master the recipe of knowing what it is that you have to do, and like fucking you know how to pick yourself up, because like I said, and I know this sounds so much repetitive, but it's just like, I want people that tune in. If there's any people that actually tune, I think there is. Hopefully there is people that actually have tuned in for the past 3 weeks. If you've tuned in for the past, if you're watching this right now, you watched all 4 episodes, or you heard all 4 episodes, I don't care who you are, and I know, probably talking to you too. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Thank you for listening. All right, I don't care who you are. I don't care. Fucking doesn't matter. Thank you for listening. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate the support. So, hey, this is episode 4 of Doubling the System, brought to you by thedoubleguy.com, guys. This episode is going to be a little bit short, but look, like I said, make sure you fools keep it pushing, and you can do whatever the fuck you want, alright, fools, so don't give up. Alright, later, haters.